Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Collar X Malice. We've met Shiraishi here, a very interesting character. He's leading me back to Yanagi and the other guys that we had met previously, so we still have one more romanceable guy to meet yet. Though I think we got a little bit of time left before that happens. So anyway, let's head along here, learn more about Shiraishi, and meet up with the other guys. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Surprised I read your thoughts. How did you know? Because it's my job, observing and analyzing people's thoughts and behavior. You're a profiler, right? Yes. In other words, my job is to deduce criminals' identity based on their MO and statistics, among other things. These past few years, profilers started to take part in investigations directly, but the higher-ups from investigation departments are always watching, so I can't exactly do as I please. Shiraishi sighed, looking disappointed. But maybe that's good. If there isn't anyone around to stop me, I might just end up going too far. And what exactly is too far? Exactly what is it that he wants to do? Honestly, I can't even imagine. Since his smiling face was a little scary, I decided to get back to the previous subject. Since you read my thoughts, does that mean you've been analyzing me? Oh, I haven't really done anything that you'd refer to as analysis yet. You're just easy to read. That's not true. Yes, it is. You were nervous about me from the start, and yet you haven't made any effort to talk. You've been racking your brain over what to talk about with someone you just met, and in cases like this, you usually look for an unobtrusive topic to bring up. If we were in the same department, we'd have been able to chat about work, but we're not. All that was left was personal relationships. In this situation, there's no way you wouldn't be interested in my relationship with Yanagi and the others. And by bringing this up, you'd also manage to break the silence, which is exactly what you'd be hoping for. However, I have no intention of going into detail until we meet with them. What I've learned for the time being was that my thoughts were not safe around Shiraishi. Somehow, I get the feeling he's making fun of me. There's no need to make such an angry face. Analyzing others is kind of like an occupational disease for me. Yeah, once you get into that way of thinking, you kind of can't stop. You totally can't turn it off. Besides, I'm sure someone out there can appreciate this complete openness of yours. This isn't a compliment, is it? Oh, it is. Don't they say something like, the dumber the girl, the cuter she is? What? I only thought that. I didn't say that out loud. He perfectly read what I was thinking again. I was now moving past surprise and starting to feel scared. The light turned green and Shiraishi began walking. I intentionally waited a bit before following him and started to walk, keeping a distance between me and him. After walking for a bit, we made it to the corner of a row of old buildings. This place used to be bursting with activity at one point, but now devoid of people, it's cloaked in faint darkness. We're here. Shiraishi pointed at the building with a graffiti-covered shutter on the first floor. On the first floor of this building, Yanagi and the others are very impatiently awaiting your arrival. Somehow, I don't think I'm going to get much of a warm welcome. What? Did you think that was a lie just now? I'm hurt. No, that's not... Alright, you're lying. Well, it doesn't matter. Before we go inside, can I ask you one thing? What is it? When I braced myself in preparation for whatever he was about to say, Shiraishi smiled cheerfully. From now on, you don't have to think about me as your superior. What do you mean? Here, I'm no longer a member of the police. I'm in the same position as you or Yanagi. I see. Okay. Well then, let's go inside. Wait for me! I rushed inside the building, trying to catch up with Shiraishi. That was when the nameplate on the door caught my attention. 5th floor, the detective agency? Not a very original name, but at least it doesn't stand out, and that's what they probably want, I guess. Oh, don't worry about that. It's just a name. More importantly, if you don't hurry, you'll get left behind. Right! I rushed after Shiraishi, who had already begun climbing up the stairs. And then... I finally took a step inside the place which had been my destination all along. We have arrived. Come out wherever you are.
You're here. Sit wherever you want.
Okay. Inside the room, there were the 3 people I met at Shinjuku Garden, plus Shiraishi. Each one of them cast a judgmental, or perhaps cautious, gaze at me. You wouldn't call this a warm welcome by any means. The atmosphere in the room was tense. Well, do you really expect it to be warm? Yeah, oh look, we're all going after the X-Day incidents together. Come on, let's all buddy up. Let's have fun pursuing this. Let's have a good old time going to catch this killer. Well then, excuse me. Having nothing else to do, I sat on the sofa in front of me and glanced over at Yanagi to see what he was doing. The atmosphere surrounding him seemed colder somehow compared to when we first met. The air feels heavy. At that moment, Shiraishi came out from behind the partition in the middle of the room, holding a cup of coffee. He put the cup on the table in front of me, then sat next to Yanagi on the sofa's armrest. Well, at least somebody's being hospitable.
It's okay. They may not look it, but everyone here is a good person at heart.
I hope that's true.
Start talking already, and let's finish this quickly. I don't want to waste any more time on this.
Yeah, we don't want to waste time with you either. The person who flung these cold words at me was Sasasuka, who didn't even look up from his computer screen when he spoke.
You want to go home quickly too, don't you?
That might be true, but...
Well, now, nothing good will come out of acting on such a foul temper. We're finally somewhere people not involved in this case can't look, so shall we take this chance to examine that collar now? Don't tell me that's why you agreed to be the one to bring her here. Is there a problem with that?
So he is enjoying this. My conflicted feelings quickly turned into anger. I was not about to take being treated like a toy lying down. I also didn't feel like I could easily trust people who let Shiraishi get away with this behavior. Just as I was about to turn my pent-up anger into words.
Since we're likely going to end up working together from now on, we should start by introducing ourselves.
Sounds good to me. Since I'll be dating all of you, I'd like to know a little bit about you. I opened my eyes wide in astonishment at Yanagi's words. What do you mean by working together? Without saying anything, Yanagi spread out a piece of paper on the table. When I took it in my hand, I realized it was a letter written in the same red ink as the warning note they had shown me earlier. I took the liberty of observing you when you saved Ichika Hoshino's life. She is our confidant, as well as someone who might possess the qualities necessary to follow in our footsteps. As such, we urge you to take good care of her. Should something happen to her, we would be forced to kill you. They left me to die, and now they're calling me their confidant? Surprise, fear, and bewilderment. All these emotions came crashing down on me simultaneously. My hands were shaking, but somehow I managed to turn my eyes on what was written next. Nevertheless, we do not wish to become your enemy. We would much rather have you join forces with us. Since you too question the justice upheld by the police, I think you would agree with our sense of justice. With that said, we understand if you were not convinced merely by our words. That is why we want you to reach the truth of the X-Day incidents. We wish for you to find out what the driving force behind our cause is. You have time until January 1st, midnight. Until then, we shall be watching you through Ichika Hoshino. What on earth is this person trying to accomplish? Join forces with them? Does he mean that these people also have the potential to come over to the criminal side? And they didn't even mention the collar. The letter said that they'd be watching them through me. So did that mean I wouldn't be able to get this collar off until then? Still confused, I put the letter on the table. As if he'd been waiting for this, Sasasuka opened his mouth.
Based on this, there's a high chance you're connected with the people who planned all this.
Don't just decide that on your own. Without thinking, I shut up and raised my voice. But I really don't have anything to do with this, so I can't let them keep accusing me.
She doesn't seem to be lying. That's just your opinion, though. We don't know if she's really the... That's new, for you to disagree with me. No, I didn't mean to nitpick what you said. Just
There are people who can hide the fact that they're lying, and you can never really know a person's true nature, so... His expression turned grim. Seeing him like that, I began to get a slightly different impression compared to when I saw him in Shinjuku Garden. They might all have their own reasons, but I can't just accept being treated like a criminal's accomplice either. I might not know what the criminal's goal is, but... I sat on the sofa again, looking at Yanagi. He nodded as if realizing something.
We can talk about possibilities as much as we want, but let's listen to what she has to say first. Hoshino, can you tell us exactly what happened in Shinjuku Garden that day?
Yes. The justice they wrote about in that letter. When we talked through the collar, the criminal seemed to be fixated on justice as well. When I woke up with the collar, I had a conversation with the culprit, but... Time-lapse? I said that I had no idea why I'd be targeted, that I couldn't understand the culprit's arguments at all, and that I wasn't guilty of any wrongdoings as a police officer. I talked as if I was trying to appeal to them. Well, I kind of am.
I know your side of the story now. It's not as if we have any proof that you have any connections to the culprit. If you just got caught up with this by chance, I have no intention of leaving it be either. Yanagi-senpai. Enomoto, even if she is a spy, do we have any information that would get us in trouble if it got leaked over to them? That's... You can doubt anyone anytime, but if we don't trust her, we won't get anywhere. Finding out more about the X-Day incidents is important, but we should also investigate that collar. Hoshino, even if it wasn't your intention, you're now holding an important clue. Well, if we can get some use out of her, we should. Besides, if we don't do something about the collar, you won't be able to relax either.
True. And at that, we have to leave off the video. So, we're getting to know the guys a little bit. We still need the introductions of the two other fellows, but at least we got a little bit more about Shiraishi and Aiji. I can't wait to hear more. I have no idea how long we have for this whole intro. Apparently it's longer than I thought, though. Well, anyway, I hope to see you in that next video or some of my other ones. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.